You are living in a society, in a system, on a grid, in a colony where you have very little say in what goes on. You don't get to make that many decisions on your own. All these decisions are made for you. Um, this shooting, this school shooting, Uvalde, the police chief ordered the cops to stand down, and the cops did nothing. And people are wondering, oh, why'd you do that? Because once again, you don't get to make the decision on what these cops are going to do. You don't get to make a decision on who they save. You don't get to make a decision on what they do. These cops do. And, you know, one of the sickest parts of this agreement that we have with these people in charge is they're lying to us constantly. They're lying to the people constantly. Every single second of every single day, we're being lied to. The police are here to keep you safe. Police are going to rescue you. Police are going to come to your aid. Police are good people. Police are here, for you. Police are going to take care of you. Police are going to keep you safe. All these things were being told at a rapid pace every single day. Look at these cop shows. We're being told in these cop shows every single day how great these cops are, how they're going to save you. I watched one episode of NCIS, and the guy had found like a one of those things you screw on your tire after you inflate it, like a little cap for a tire. He found it like 20 feet away from where somebody supposedly put air in their tire, and he used that to go catch the criminal. It's almost a bad joke. Every single day you're bombarded by these messages. These cops are so great. These cops are so competent. These cops are so good. They're such good people. They go so far out of their way to help you. Well, just recently, body cam shows Arizona cops standing by while man begs for help before drowning. These cops watched this guy drown and literally did nothing. Here's the transcript. They didn't release the video of him drowning because it's too distressing. The guy says, "I'm drowning." The officer says, "Come back over to the pylon." The guy drowning goes, I can't. The cop says, literally, "Okay, I'm not jumping in after you. I'm not going to save you." He's not even making a pretense about it. "Please help me. Please help me." And then the girl who's on the pier, his partner, says, "I'm distraught because he's drowning right in front of you and you won't help." And then the cop threatens to put her in a police car if she doesn't calm down. So here's a woman begging for this guy's life. The guy's begging for his life, and the cops do nothing. Not only that, but they're going to arrest her and put her in a police car, or put her in a police car and detain her until she calms down. What does that remind you of? There was a woman at Uvalde that got put in handcuffs because she wanted to go in and rescue her kid. And they said, "No, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that." But they're lying to you every day saying, we're here to protect and serve. Look, they even have it on their car, to protect and serve. Well, they didn't protect and serve these people at the school. They didn't protect and serve this guy who drowned right in front of them. They didn't protect and serve his wife or his partner who was standing right in front of him, and protect and serve them. See, that's the thing. They're here to protect and serve people like Ted Cruz. They're here to protect and serve Nancy Pelosi. They're here to protect and serve Tim Cook. They're here to protect and serve Sam Walton's kids. They're here to protect and serve Elon Musk. They're here to protect and serve Joe Biden. They're here to protect and serve Hunter Biden. That's what these violent thugs were created for. These violent thugs were not created to help you. These violent thugs are created to keep the people who are oppressing you in power, so you just keep constantly getting oppressed generation after generation after generation. That's why I said you don't make any decisions. These people make decisions for you. And what's going to happen to this cop? What's going to happen to this guy? Nothing. Literally nothing. There's going to be nothing's going to happen to this guy. Nothing's going to happen to the police chief who told his troops to stand down, because they're going to say he followed protocol. Just like when Eric Garner got choked to death on a street by a cop. Look at how many people can watch that, right? How many people watch the tape of Eric Garner getting choked to death and go, well, a cop choked him to death. Like literally hundreds of millions of people watch this film and go, Eric Garner got choked to death. And then what do the cops say? No, that's not what happened. We decide what happened, not you. You don't get to decide what happens. We do. And what we decided was that Eric Garner was put in a restraining hold. He wasn't choked to death. No, he wasn't choked. That was not a chokehold. He was being restrained. That's a restraining maneuver. So Eric Garner was being restrained with a restraining maneuver, and he happened to expire. And then guess what happens? You and I have to live with that. Eric Garner's family has to live with that. Eric Garner's daughter, Eric Garner's mother, everybody around Eric Garner that loved Eric Garner, they all have to live with it. There's nothing you can do about it. That's why I say they're making decisions for you. You and I and 100 million people can watch that film of Eric Garner getting choked to death and go, he was choked to death. But we're not making the decisions. That's just our opinion. They're making the decision. No, Eric Garner was not choked to death. Eric Garner was put in a restraining hold. See, we're saying, look, this guy's a coward. He did the wrong thing. He should have ran in and saved the kids. Let's just say 500 million people think that. Guess what's going to happen? There's going to be a board of 3 to 5 people who are going to say, no, he followed protocol because he believed it was a barricaded shooter. And in a barricaded shooter, our protocol, our decision is to stand back and wait. That's what we do. That's our decision. Our decision via our protocol, somebody made a decision that when we have a barricaded shooter, we don't rush in, we stand back and wait. Therefore, this guy did nothing wrong. And that's going to be the decision that's made for you. You don't have any say in what happens to this guy. The parents went to the school board's meeting, right? The first meeting to see what's going on. And guess what happened? They largely kept parents in the dark after going into a closed session, which means we're going to go make decisions about your kids, and you don't even get to know what they are until we come out and tell you what they are. And you don't get to know our thought process. You don't get to know anything. Oh yeah, they're your kids, but we're making the decision for you. The school board makes a decision on what your kids learn, how your kids learn it, who's teaching your kids, how they're teaching it, how often they teach it, how long they teach it. If your kid, they make a decision whether or not your kid has been taught that. You don't get to make any decisions here. You're not the one making the decision. These guys are the one making the decisions. The police chief, the school boards, the county commissioners, the tax collector, the auditor, the treasurer, the governor, the Senate, the Congress, the state Senate, the state house, your councilmen, your aldermen, your code enforcement. Those are the people making decisions, not you. You're living on a grid. You're living in a system where you have no control over it, and you are not even able to make your own decisions. So, I mean, wake up.